So we've looked at conditional loops. So now we're going to look at a fixed loop. Okay, now a fixed loop is different from a conditional loop in that we know how many times we're going to go through this loop. So we could say we're going to loop through 10 items. We may have a list of something that we want to go through, a shopping list maybe, that we're going to go through. So we want beans, I don't know, sardines, Coke, okay, I don't know, other things, matches, torch. Okay, so we've got a shopping list of things we want to go through. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items on our shopping list. So we may want to go through our loop, okay, or go through our list of 5 items. So we've got a loop we want to do 5 times. So in C++, we would have a for loop. And a for loop, so is a loop that we will fix to do so many times. Now, a for loop can get a little bit complicated to set up, so we'll just try and talk you through here. First of all, we have an initial condition. Here we can actually create a variable, if you like, to store our counter in. So we're going to declare an integer variable, call it count, and we're going to give it an initial value. So we're going to give that an initial value of 0. And as you can see, we then put a semicolon after this. So this is our initial condition. So the initial condition comes first. After that, we have the condition. So the condition is what's going to check to see if we should still be doing the loop. So in this case, we're going to say we want to do it whilst count is less than 5. Okay, so that will count from 0 up to 4, which is 5 times. So that'll give us our 5 times through the loop. Remember, if this was maybe an array, this would be element 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just be careful that those 0-based arrays don't catch us out. And the fact that we're counting from 0 doesn't catch out how many times we actually need to go around the loop. So this is fine. So we've created our initial condition, which is the count variable, and set it to 0. We've set up our expression, which checks to see whether we should still be doing the loop. And we're going to do the loop here whilst 5 is less than count. Sorry, while count is less than 5. But we need to do something with count, otherwise we would end up in that infinite loop condition again. So we're going to say count plus plus in order to increment count. So that's our syntax for a for loop. And then if we had our squiggly brackets, we might say pick up item count. Okay, a bit of pseudocode there, so not actually a proper code there. So we'll just pick up the item, whichever item number we've got. So initially count would be 0, so we'd pick up beans, then we go around the loop again, count would get incremented, we'd pick up sardines, then we'd pick up Coke, matches and a torch. And then when we've done our 5 times around the loop, we would just continue with whatever code comes after the squiggly brackets, the curly brackets there. So unlike a conditional loop, here we know exactly how many times we're going to do it. We're going to do this loop 5 times. Okay, that's what's written in the for statement. So easy to get a loop to do X number of times.